Three strangers who have an interest in true crime are unexpectedly drawn together when a gruesome death occurs inside their expensive Upper West Side apartment block. The trio suspects murder and uses their extensive knowledge of true crime to uncover the facts. Perhaps more explosive are the lies they tell each other. Soon the imperiled trio realizes a killer may be among them as they race to unravel the increasing evidence before it's too late. Everyone rejoices, because only murders in the building have returned. After pulling off a gory Broadway show and uncovering the death of Ben Glenroy Paul Rudd, the trio is on a high at the end of Season 3. Season 4 promises to be just as exciting, as the three travel to Hollywood to have their podcast converted into a movie. It's completely ironic and wonderful, revealing the sunny new locale of Los Angeles and introducing a brand new star-studded lineup. But following the tragic finale of Season 3, which saw Saz Jane Lynch killed off in Charles Steve Martin flat, what awaits the trio in Season 4? Season 4 of Only Murders in the Building begins shortly after the Season 3 finale, with Saz still missing. Everyone has left the after-party, and Charles, Oliver Martin Short, and Mabel Selena Gomez are getting ready to record their podcast episode about identifying Ben's killer. When Charles was about to sign off, a power surge cut him off in the middle of his name. Oliver shrugs, noting that there hasn't been a power surge since they prohibited the old incinerator. They don't think much more of it, it's been a long night. Charles recommends a celebratory nightcap back at his flat, because Saz never returned with the vintage wine he'd been saving for a particular occasion. As the trio heads to Charles's flat, they discuss the next topic for their podcast, and Mabel asks Oliver if he's still interested in a cold case. He instantly rejects the suggestion, citing the need for a new murder. They are trying to reach Charles's flat, where Saz was murdered. Only when they walk inside is her body missing. We believe it is when Charles screams, "I found her," only to discover he is referring to the wine bottle. A few moments later, Mabel gasps as she rounds the counter, only to complain about a stain on the ground where Saz's body lay. She also observes several splatters, but her attention is taken away before she can examine them closely. The following morning, Charles awakens to a peculiar whistling in his flat. He has also not received any texts from Saz, which worries him because it is unusual for her. His fear is temporarily put aside when a flustered Oliver arrives at his door, accompanied by Mabel. Death Rattle Dazzle has been cancelled, and Oliver is devastated. To make matters worse, Loretta Meryl Streep is already on her way to Los Angeles to begin filming the Grey's Anatomy spin-off series for which she was cast. Last season, Charles interrupts to express his concerns about Saz to Oliver and Mabel, as well as the whistling he continues to hear, claiming it could be a tumor in classic dramatic fashion. He claims that when Saz arrived, she told him she had something sensitive to discuss with him, but she has since disappeared and is not returning his calls. But nearly as soon as he says this, he receives a text from Saz informing him that she had to return to Los Angeles to cover Scott Bakula on set. This calms Charles's thoughts, but it still seems a little strange.